Hello, Flosstube. It's Barbara John, Stitching with Grammy, and it's been a hot minute since I've been here. Let's see, real quick recap. I've been to market. I opened an Etsy shop. I went to 2 retreats where I was a project bag vendor. I have not 1, not 2, but 8 fully finished items to show you. So let's get started. Today's Flosstube number 18. It's June 4th, 2023. So let's just jump right on into it. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. Bear with me because if you saw the post I just recently put on Instagram and on Facebook, this is a hot mess express. So I'm hoping it won't come across to you as a hot mess. So, first of all, welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you who stick by me and have waited so patiently for me to put out another video, thank you. Thank you for showing up again. Thank you for the new subscribers. I don't know who's shouting me out. I don't know where these new subscribers are coming from, but welcome. Thank you. And if you are watching and you're a friend and you watch and I've met you at a retreat but you haven't yet subscribed, will you please do that? Because I want to start doing these more regular. I know I say this every time, but I really want to get to that next level, not to make money because we all know that I'm not making money off of this, but just to get to the next level because it's kind of fun to have a milestone. So if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you please like the video and also hit that notification bell because that tells you when I post something new. I've been talking to people about doing some tutorials on how I dye my black fabric, my 28 count Monaco that I dye to do my Santas and the coffee tea dye, or not coffee, I just tea dye, and the black and the navy blue that I use. So if any of you are interested in me doing some tutorials, put that in the comments, let me know, and hit that subscribe and notification bell so that you'll know when I post some. I just want to thank everybody. I haven't been on in a while, and part of it, as many of you know, my dad passed away, but we didn't have his memorial service until I believe it was the 13th of May. So there's a lot of stuff, plus there's family drama going on and estate settling, and well, it was just a lot for me to go through. There was also some other things that some of you know about that was a personal. It kind of hit me personally, and I was kind of, withdrawing a little bit. But that's over. That date has come and gone. If you know, you know. If you want to know, ask me personally. I'm not going to blast it out on here. But just know, those of you who reached out to me and who know what I was going through, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. So, what have I been up to? Let me show you a couple previous finishes and a save the stitches because that's always kind of fun. So I talked about this at the Vintage Stitcher Retreat. Hi, Artie, and a bunch of other friends. Hi. I called my youngest son and his girlfriend squatters because they were staying at my house. Well, they moved out. And they've been gone maybe a week and a half, and that situation's not working out. So they're coming back because Mama can't say no because my mom and dad let me come back in after my divorce, and so I can't really say no. But they're both working and they're both going to school and they're doing what they need to do, and Mama's just helping out. So anyway, my squatters were gone, but they're going to be back. So in the movement of moving stuff around, look what I found. It's got a stain on it here from water damage. But I made this way back when I used to stitch back in the 80s and 90s. Teresa, do you see the goose? And I don't know if you guys remember these bunnies, the muslin bunnies. I used to make those. I kid you not. I don't know if I have any left in my stuff because I had a waterbed explode, and I think the bunnies that I had made kind of got moldy, so they got thrown away. But I've got one that my aunt made, but I used to make those muslin bunnies. I still have some of these little shelves like this. I still have some of these little hearts. Dried flowers was all the rage. Look at the kitties. This was a kit. I think it was a Bucilla kit. And I got it when I lived in Virginia Beach. I used to work for Lee Ward's as the front end manager. So I think I picked this up on an employee discount, and I stitched it while I was pregnant for my son, who is almost 32. So that was a minute ago that I stitched this. So I went to a thrift store locally, and I saw this for $5.29. And I'm like, I can't leave this. Sorry about the glare. It's obviously not museum glass. Isn't that so cute? So, JKD, and these are MJ Hammond, and it looks like it's on 14 count Ada, and look at all the back stitching. Don't you just love it? Back stitching made the pictures back in the day. It made them. So anyway, I got it. The mat's kind of cool. I might make this into some kind of a project bag or project folio or whatever. But for $5, I gotta save the stitches, right? Don't we? Okay, so I got so much stuff here. You guys just please bear with me, and I apologize for my hot messedness. Okay, FFOs. Like I said, I have 8 of them. Who am I? So let me first show you these two. I had done the stitching a while ago, but when I was in the mood of stitching all of my other finishes, I figured, okay, I'm going to get these done too. So I put the bow on the back of this one, and this is a Blackbird design. In the pattern, everything, and I didn't pull the patterns for all of these, I apologize, but this is in the Winds of Autumn book, I believe, and the pattern shows all of it in black, but I did the stems in green, and I pulled out a pumpkin color for the pumpkin, and then I used a chenille trim on it. I believe it's a Lady Dots, and then I put the bow on the back. So that's the first one that's fully finished. It was kind of finished before. The other one is the winter cross stitch camp project that I did. Ooh, that's a mouthful. And sorry if I talk funny. I have gotten these clear liners. It's like a Invisalign, but it's a different brand that my orthodontist goes through. It's not the kind like the Smile Direct or Candid or Zoom, whatever. It's not the mail order ones. I actually go to an orthodontist. So if I sound like I'm talking funny, that's why. And if I have to, that's why. So anyway, this was my winter cross stitch pattern. And this is Heart and Hand. And this is the Bluebird sampler. And I had this done before. And I had the rickrack on here and here, but I hadn't got it done on the edges. So I fully finished that with these on the edges. Okay, I was showing you this, and those squatters came in my door, so I had to restart the video. But anyway, this was the winter cross stitch in February. Sherry, the Colorado cross stitcher, does winter cross stitch camp in February, and this was the project that I started and finished within the month. In a little while, I'm going to show you what I'm doing for the summer cross stitch camp. And if you remember the winter before, I did the Redbird sampler, so now I have the red and the blue. Stay tuned because I'm going to do another one. So that's finish number Where are we at? 1, 2. I'm not counting this one, it was done before. So, this one, I stitched this one, the Michigan Stitchers Retreat that's in Lansing, that I went the past 2 years. I'm not going this year. I stitched this project and I got a finish at that retreat. And it is Leela's Studio, All Hallows Eve. And a couple people, floss tubers, I've heard go back and forth between Lila and Leela. And I just want to say that when I went to market 2 years ago, I asked her, because I don't want to get it wrong ever again. And so I asked her, please tell me how to pronounce your name correctly. And it is Leela's Studio. So this is All Hallows Eve. And these are the project bags that I made out of candy corn. Was the Halloween fabric that was out a couple years ago. And these are the project bags that I keep a lot of my Halloween stitches in. So I love this line. But before I show you my finish, I'm going to show you something else that is equally as amazing. Because Urban Chicks, who did that kitty corn fabric line, put out a new one called Halloween. And look at this. That's some of them. Look, they're little candies in 4 different colorways. Then we've got some background fabrics in 4 colorways. I love this pink one. Isn't that so cool? So this is called Halloween. There are pumpkins, and the pumpkins are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colorways. Five colorways for the pumpkins. This is another background that's got spiders. They're so cute. You know, it's not as scary like spiders. It's so cute. Look at those. It looks just like a gingham, but when you get it closer, look at all those spiders. Aren't those cute? Okay. We've got 3 colorways for the stars. These would be cute with some finishes, too, to use for finishing projects. But look at these. Project bags, quilted ones like this. With all of these, oh my goodness. Look at these. And the best part, if you like the little owls, because you know the other one had little kitties, look at this. Owls! They're so cute. So I'm going to be making some bags. This is my little notions that has all my threads in it. But I'm going to be making some bags with some of this and maybe put them in my Etsy shop, maybe, because this is too cute. So I got a hold of Angela of Happy Little Stitch Shop. Hi, Angela. And I said I need a half-yard bundle of all of that, and here it is. So I'm definitely going to be making some project bags with that. I also have, and I'm jumping all over the place here, I also have some more of Teresa Kogut's Bright Stars. This is a layer cake, and I'm going to make a quilt similar to the one that usually was my backdrop in all my videos. But this, I got a couple of these. I'm going to make a big quilt. But I do have some yardage of these. I have this one. I have some of this. 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 Then I'm going to be making some more project bags with those as well. I sold quite a few of them at the Vintage Stitcher Retreat. So I know some people have been posting as they work on their projects, if they're on Instagram, they've been posting and tagging me with the project bag that they got at the retreat. And so I really appreciate that. That might be where I'm getting more subscribers. So if you bought a project bag from either the Crafty You pop-up shop at the Steel City Stitchers retreat or up at the Vintage Stitcher retreat up in Iron Mountain, if you bought bags from me at either place, thank you so much. And if you want to post them and tag them, that would be great. Thank you so much. Okay, back to my finishes. We got sidetracked on the Leela Studio, but here it is. I love it. I have had this piece. I got this at Michael's, and I thought, oh my goodness, it looks like a bird's nest up there. So I just put all that fancy stuff, and it looks like a bird's nest. And I just kind of glued it up there. And then on the sides, I have little gray, I think this is the Lori Holt trim in the little tiny gray rickrack. And I put that all the way around, and she just fits. On the pattern, you'll see that there's a floor that she stands on. Well, when I got everything done down to the floor, I put it on here, and I knew the floor wasn't going to fit. I wouldn't be able to use this piece if I stitched the floor. So there's no floor. This is her floor. So I love it. It turned out so cool. And I changed, one of the colors that I changed is the purple. I wanted more purple in it, so let me bring it up really close. The little flowers on that vine, I changed the color of that purple, and I put purple stripes in her socks. So I wanted her to have a little bit more purple. I think the hat band on her hat, I did that purple too. I love it. It turned out so cute. I'm not really a Halloween, scary, spooky Halloween type, but this is so cute. And not this year at market, but the year before when I talked to her, I asked her if she had any more of these patterns coming out in the future. And there is one similar that's an autumn girl. And I do have that pattern in here. Let me dig it out. It's an autumn theme. And it looks like the same gal. So I kind of want to stitch this one too and maybe put her on a pumpkin and put them together. But I asked her if she had any more coming, and she said she has more ideas. She doesn't know if she's going to do it, but she has a birthday one that she's thinking of. And I'm like, that would be so cute. So anyway, once again, it is All Hallows Eve by Leela Studio. Yay! Okay. So that's that finish. And I'm going to bear with me because I want to get some of this stuff off the table as we go. Because I have so much stuff here. If you could see. Well, you did see because I posted it on Instagram. The hot mess I'm dealing with. I want to make sure that I can get to my next level of stuff. So, next finish. This was a March, I think it's the second day. Stitchy Stars by Lori Holt. And I have finished this. I found the item that I did it on. And so all of the little squares would not have fit. So I only did 3. And this is my finish of Stitchy Stars. And I sewed some little Lori Holt buttons on. And as I was gluing, I realized after I'd already stuffed this and glued this and put it on the sticky board and did all that, I'm total disclosure, I'm going to be for real. I forgot to cross these stitches on the top up here. But you know what? Just put them little ribbons on there. I'm not going to tell her you. I also realized that underneath this blue button, That square, I didn't stitch it. Why, I don't know. I was just ready to be done. So that's why I sewed the buttons on, but I think they look so cute. So this is my finish of Stitchy Stars by Lori Holt. And I just happened to find, I bought a bunch of little things from Hobby Lobby to make into needle minders the first year I went to StitchCon, which is coming up very, very soon. I will be at Weekend B, so if anybody else is going to Weekend B, make sure you come say hi to me. I will have a little something to give away, but please come up and say hi, because another Flosstuber, I can't remember exactly who it was, that said this. You guys know us. We see names, we see people comment, but we don't know you, but you know us. So come up. Don't feel, nervous. Just come up and say hello. I would appreciate it. So anyway, here is my Lori Holt Stitchy Stars. So let me set that over there for a minute. Just bring this up here. Trying to get rearranged here so that we don't have a catastrophe. Okay. I was doing some stitching. Valentine's. This is a Valentine's bag I made a while ago. I think this I made before the first Steel City Stitchers retreat. They had it at the beginning of February, right before Valentine's Day. So I made a bunch of these, and I was working on some Valentine projects. So I had them in this bag. But this was the bag. My dad fell in November, and he went to the emergency room and never came home. He was in McLaren, which is a hospital here in Lansing area, for one night. Then he was sent to Henry Ford, and he was there for several months. And then after Christmas, he wasn't breathing. They ended up put in a tracheotomy, and he ended up having to go to a hospital in Ann Arbor, Saint something, I can't remember. And he was in there for a while. So when I would go up to see him, that he passed February 28th, I believe. January 28th. Yes, it was right before his birthday. He passed January 28th. So I was taking all of my Valentines, so I would just grab this bag and go. So that's why I got a lot of these 3 little patterns done, because I was stitching on them, and they were easy to take with me. So the first 2 are the girls from Primrose Cottage Stitches. Hugs and Kisses and Valentine's Wishes is one of them. And the other one I bought online as a PDF printout, and it is Be Mine. So I wanted little bowl fillers for my dough bowl around, Valentine's. So I made these into little pillows. And here's my Hugs and Kisses. And here's my Be Mine. And on the back, I did a very rough job while watching a Flosstube, because I stitch all the way around the 4 sides. I make a slit, and I finish it that way. Stitch it up, and then I put a heart on the top. And I put some antique buttons that were my mom's. And so I just sewed those on. And I'm going to say it right now. If you guys have not watched Vanna Pfeiffer's video, she's the Twisted Stitcher. She has a full spread, I don't know how many pages long, every issue of Primitive Stitcher, Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. She has a full spread with step-by-step and photos, plus she has videos. Just Google Vanna Pfeiffer and it will come up, and she shares her finishing. She's a finisher as a profession. She finishes for a lot of designers. She does a lot of, like Teresa Kogut's star-shaped finish. She did all those. She's amazing. And she gave away her information free of charge to all of us on those videos. So I need to give a shout out because I watched her pillow making and I'm getting better at them, because especially for like in a bowl, I like the flat. I'm getting better at making flat. And they say it doesn't matter what you put in them, a polyfill's a polyfill. No. If you haven't gotten Mountain Mist, get it. I love it. You can press it and it's a little bit flatter. If you want flat pillows, yeah, you can stuff them and make them really puffy if you want, but sometimes you want a flat pillow. And that Mountain Mist, I don't know what it is. It's just magic. So anyway, if you haven't watched Vanna Pfeiffer, please go out and do it. Vanna, thank you for sharing your knowledge, because that's how I learned to make a pillow finish. Thank you so much. Okay, so another pattern that I finished, or that I stitched while I was in the hospital forever with my dad, is Lots of Love by Stitching with the Housewives, Priscilla and Chelsea. In this one, I finished on one of these buffalo checks, because if you know Priscilla, you know. If you know, you know. So I finished it on one of these blocks that I got from Hobby Lobby. And this is how I finished it. Now, this one doesn't call for that much really-teely. There's a few things that were here and a few things that were here. But I added it to the wagon. I just like really-teely. Even when she has patterns that don't call for it, I throw it in because I just love that color. So here's my finish on Lots of Love. And I used the foam core board is what I used for this. And this is the 28 count black Monaco that I dye. See how nice and dark it is? That's the tutorial that I'm going to make for you guys so you can see. Then this is a little bit bigger. It's just a little cute little heart, red and white heart pattern fabric I got at Joann's. And then I put some Lori Holt red rickrack on the outside. I just tied a bow and another one of those little things. It says, do small things with great love. And then I just kind of made a messy bow up on the top with some rickrack and a couple different kinds of ribbons and just glued it all up there. And so this can be a shelf sitter during Valentine's. Lots of love. Okay, so there's that. So I couldn't find this pattern, so I don't have the pattern to show you, but it's Priscilla and Chelsea, Stitching with the Housewives. It's on their Etsy. I'm sure you can go pull it up and get it. I have a bin that's underneath this table that I'm just kind of putting everything gently down in there. I'm not just throwing it on the floor. So this pattern is one that I stitched in the winter. And I bought these snowflakes, I think, at Hobby Lobby. Either Hobby Lobby, Joann's, or Michael's, one of them. I can't remember. And I don't remember exactly what this is called, but it was one of their snow globes when the snow globes first came out. And she did it in a winter. And this is my finish. Yay. Isn't it cute? And this, I'll show you really close. Again, I added some really tealy. But this is a navy blue. And I shouldn't have gone so close because I used some clips to clip. I have like iridescent type glittery zigzag around it. But the clips I used somehow left a mark on the edges. But anyway, this is 28 count Monaco that I dyed navy blue. And I'm doing all the winter ones on this navy blue, and I'll show you in a little bit, patriotic on navy blue. So there's that one. Couple more. During April, and you're going to see when I show you my whips and talk about Whip Go, Brenda Gervais was it. In April, 2 of my calls were Brenda Gervais. Both calls is on my Whip Go, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, so I stitched a lot of Brenda Gervais during the month of April, and I got 2 finishes. And so I fully finished them. Whoopsie. I have a little dangling, his little tie around his neck, and those little bees. And the way this fabric was dyed, the way I laid it out on there, it's a 46 count, and I think it's fabric by Stephanie, and it's a test fabric that she did. But the way I stitched it, it's really got a spot at the top, and it looks like I spilled coffee on it. I didn't. It's the way it came, I promise. But there's the finish. And this is out of her Jelly Bean Jubilee pattern. And I think that's in the bag. You'll see later. I'm stitching on other ones. And then I just got another one of, I think this is a Lori Holt rickrack as well. And then this is just plaid on the back and plaid up here. And then a chenille lady dot chenille trim. And I thought it brought out the blues in this rickrack and the blues in the plaid. So that's a Jelly Bean Jubilee. Okay, I got one more finish. If you were counting, I got one more. And again, this is another Brenda Gervais because I stitched all month with Brenda Gervais. And I've got 2 more of these patterns. She just came out with one at market time. She was not at market, but it came out market time. And there was one around Christmas time. But this was the first one in this kind of a series that's a official, unofficial series. But this is Be Ye Thankful. And I made it into kind of a flat pillow. I just love, I think I changed the colors of the door and the basket so it was a brighter, and it's also the color that outlined it. And then on the back, I just used the fall little crosses, and then this is how I covered, and I'm going to sew some buttons on here, but the glue that I used to glue these on was still wet, and now it's like really hard, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to sew buttons on there. But there's my Brenda Gervais, Be Ye Thankful. And I'm telling you, you'll see in my plans, June is going to be full of patriotic, but I'm itching to stitch fall. Are you? I know I say this every year. I'm itching to stitch some fall. This is so beautiful. So that is the last finish. Are you excited? I'm so excited. Okay, let me get all that out of the way. So we are done with finishes. Let me pull this back out so we can see where we are. Finishes. I've got some other finishes that are not FFO'd that I just finished, but they're within the stuff that I'm going to show you that I worked on in April and March, April, May. It's been 3 or 4 months since I've been here, and I'm sorry. I'm not going to go every day from March to June 4th. I'm not going to go every day. But if you guys remember when I talked about March Madness, I do March Madness the same way Brenda, the Handwork Maniac, and she got the idea from somebody, and I apologize, I can't remember who she was, but Brenda talks about her in her video. But because she's so busy in the month of May, she uses March Madness like her Mania. And just like that, I'm doing the same thing for March and May. If I started something, when I got back into stitching fall of 2020, in May of 21, I started 21 new projects. The whole concept of Mania started back in 2015. There was a group of people on Facebook, And they started 15 projects, one every day for the first 15 because it was the year 2015. So it went on, and every year you would add another new start because of the year. We add another year. Somehow, once Flosstube took off and a lot of people started doing a start every day, 31 starts in May. Okay, now that's, I don't know if I would ever do that much. So, sorry, I don't usually have my window open and I can see out my window. I don't usually have the blinds open. And the neighbor, poor little neighbor kid, sorry. Sorry. Anyway, distracting. So I didn't start 31 new starts, but in 21 when I started those, if I had not finished that project, I'm not starting a new one. I'm going to pick up that project that I started in 21. And in March, let's say it's the 5th. The 5th, if I started it May 5th of 21, March 5th, if it's not done, I'm going to stitch it March 5th. If it's still not done in May, I'm going to stitch it May 5th. So that's kind of how I'm keeping the same ones that I started. I'll work on them every March and May until they're done. So let's talk about the, do I want to do, okay, within that, let me go to Whip Go really quick. As you know, I've been doing Whip Go. I was doing really good until March, which is kind of like I did last year. I have not met the Pick a Blackbird and Pick a Teresa Kogut. I could probably go back and mark this off now. I could probably go back and mark this off now as well. But during March, I did not meet my goal. My goal is to work 10 days on each one called. Whip Go is like bingo. You set up your board. You make your board. It's your board, your rules. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. This is for you. So if you can only do 2 days on what's called, that's you. Also, there's different definitions of what a day is. Some people used to think a day is like 8 hours, like you're going to work. You're going to go to work. If I sit down and I have it and I stitch at least a thread, to me that's a day. Because some days I don't get a chance to do it. I don't have time to stitch. Especially like the past couple days, it's the end of the month and I have to have my month-end reports done within 2 business days. So I'm not really stitching a whole lot during those times. Anyway, and when I'm making project bags to be a project bag vendor, I don't have time to stitch. I'm busy doing that. Shipping out Etsy orders because I opened my Etsy shop. Yeah, lots of stuff going on that's kind of getting in the way of my stitching. But anyway, so I did not meet March goals, but that's okay. April was Brenda Gervais on both of them. So when I show you my Brenda Gervais whips, you're going to see I absolutely met that goal because it was the whole month. I stitched nothing but Brenda Gervais. And it was so awesome. Because I don't know about you, but I like me some Brenda Gervais. So let me pull out and I'll show you some of the ones that I've been working on and where I am. And let's go because we're already in about 30 minutes on this part. So let's go because I don't want to make this, a 2-hour video. This one was the very first one I ever started. That was Brenda Gervais. You've all seen it. We all love it. It is the wonderful Winter Rose Manor. So beautiful. And I have the frame waiting for me, the same frame that Lori Holt used for hers. It's in my wonderful snowman bag that I made. And this is the first one I made, was my flannel floss friend. This is one of the prototypes. It has flannel on the inside and the threads will stick to it. And you can put your little threads in here. Or if you put it on a floss ring like this, you can just keep your little scissors or accoutrement or whatever in here, and you can just fold it up in there and snap it, and away you go. And then you toss this in your project bag. And again, they're Flannel Floss Friends, and I sell these as a set. I don't have any out on my Etsy right now because all of the bags that I've been making recently either went to custom orders or to the 2 retreats that I was at. Eventually, I want to put some on an Etsy shop, especially with all this wonderful fabric that I got coming in. Speaking of Teresa Kogut, holy moly, have you seen her Christmas fabric? It's being shipped Monday. Thank you, Renita. Oh, I cannot wait till that comes in. I will have a lot, and I will be putting Teresa Kogut Christmas, Santa, project bags, and Flannel Floss Friends. I will be putting those on my Etsy shop. If you want them, let me know. So anyway, here's my progress on Winter Rose Manor. Again, this was the very first project that I started that was on linen when I got back into stitching fall of 2020. Back in the day when I learned, you fold the fabric in half, you fold it in half again, there's your center, that's where you start. Okay, but you don't do that when you have this beautiful linen. This is the called for linen, that's Brenda's Brew. And so, look at all the wasted linen I'm going to have. Hopefully, I'm going to cut off, when I cut it to frame it, it'll go top and bottom. I'll be able to get some smaller projects out of it because I started smack dab in the middle. And I apologize, this has not been ironed, but I'm using a pink DMC, I believe. I gotta get it out because I don't want to misquote you and have you run out and get that color. It is 225. DMC 225 is the pink that I'm using. I wanted just the ever so light hint of pink, but I didn't want it. Let me put that in there, sorry. I didn't want it bright in your face, but I didn't want to not use it. I don't know if you remember, those of you that are new, probably, this is the called for, and you can't really tell. It's called conch, like a conch shell. But mine was mostly yellowish. Didn't look pink at all. So initially I got Meredith pink, and I thought, oh, I'm going to do Meredith pink. It's pinker than the conch, but once I started stitching it, I didn't like the variegation. So that's why I then ended up going with the 225, I think I just told you. It's just ever so slight shade of pink. The other change that I made on this, which a lot of people did, instead of the roasted marshmallow that the dye lots have changed over time, because this pattern came out, I believe, in 2018 at a retreat. So the dye lots change a little bit. So roasted marshmallow has more yellow undertones to it. So a lot of us changed it to toasted marshmallow. It's brighter white. So I don't think I've stitched a whole lot of white yet. Only up here in this like medallion type thing. So it's going to be bright white. So by the time I get the snow around the bottom and that big huge basket that goes up on the top, that bright white is going to show. There's going to be a lot more bright white showing. So I think I'm good. I think I'm on a good start. Also, the last time I showed this, I told you, excuse me for a moment. Last time I showed you this, I told you that my roof, it was when I first got back into stitching and I was stitching on linen. And this is 40 count. It's the first time on 40 count. It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. And so I thought, you know what? I'm just going to leave it because the manor is going to need a new roof. If anybody asks, the manor needs a new roof. Well, guess what? Once I started stitching this beautiful pink and all my stitches were pretty, that roof had to come out. So I did take the roof out and I restitched the roof. It looks much better. And then I've got the female cardinal just starting her. I've got the borders all the way around. It's all ready to go. And I just need to get working on this. I had so much fun with all Brenda Gervais. I didn't spend 30 days or April, however many days April has. I didn't spend the whole time working on one project. I should have, but I didn't. So anyway, that's Winter Rose Manor. And hopefully I'll be able to pull this out again soon-ish. Maybe today. Maybe today when I do my June whip go, and you're going to help me do that in a moment. So that is one of the beautiful stitches that I did in April of Brenda Gervais. Let me show you another one. This is a project bag that I made for one of the retreats. And when I do my project bags, it's got purple on the back. When I do them, these are fabric fully lined. They all have a hook on the inside here to hook your floss on, or a pair of scissors if you don't want them to poke in. But I always put a business card in it, you know. But I always stick my hand down in here to make sure. These are fully lined, and when you flip them inside out, you stitch this in. But if I forget, I check it right before it goes out in the project to be a vendor or whatever. And this one didn't get stitched, so it didn't get sold. I think I had this one at the Steel City Stitchers. So this one I thought, well, I'm just going to stick this pattern in it. I'll do it until I stitch that up. So this gorgeousness. This is stitched on 40 Count Fog by Picture This Plus. And you're saying, what are you stitching? Well, let me show you. This is Every Opening Flower by Miss Brenda Gervais. I've seen a lot of people, the antique needleworkers, Liz and Shelly. I think Shelly is stitching this, and she was showing hers. Liz, I don't know if Liz is doing it too, but anyway, I'm like, okay, it's my Brenda Gervais month. I'm gonna start stitching it. So I did, and I just did one day on it, and I didn't get very far, but ooh, I love this fabric. And these are my colors. Doesn't that look so pretty? So that's Brenda Gervais, Every Opening Flower. It's beautiful. And I thought that was pretty good for this. This is pretty good with those beautiful, like, hydrangea flowers on here, for it to be in this bag. So it's living in here for now until I sew up the bottom, and then maybe put it on my Etsy for somebody else to buy. Okay, so where are we at? We're still in Brenda Gervais. Okay, this is a project bag from Fat Quarter Shop. These these are all my Brenda Gervais patterns. I have so many that I've started. It could almost be a Brenda Gervais whip parade. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm going to show you a couple of them that I've worked on, and some that I want to start over. Okay, let me just find a place to start. Oh, this is my... These are all of my... Oh, what are they called? Keeper of the Pins. I love that. My soul is fed with needle and thread. I want to do some of these one red thread a day that a lot of people are doing. I joined the And you'll see in my haul, Fat Quarter Shop, MPI Silks, the fancy flosses. I got some of your Mirrors silk. I got some 103s. They're so wonderful. But anyway, I'm going to start doing like red samplers and do reds. But I started working on this one back here. All the tomatoes on a spool. And that's how far I got on that one. You can kind of see this. I'm all the way down here. I've got the white spool down to here. And I got all them tomatoes. So that's that one. Let me see if I got any more on the other end of this. I think I started one of these projects. I started at 12 by 12 for New Year's Eve. And it was just the alphabet one. This one down here. And it was New Year's Eve 12 by 12. And that's as far as I got on that one. But it's all, I'm going to do them all, as many as I can on this fabric. And I couldn't tell you what it is. I know it's a picture of this plus. I do believe it's like Legacy or Heartland or... No! I take it back. This is 40 Count Dunes at Dusk by Legacy Fiber Arts. I won this. Happy Little Stitch Shop has a WIPGO group that follows along with Jessie Marie Does Stuff's WIPGO. And it's just a group within the Happy Little Stitch Shop. And I commented one month, and so I got a free 40 Count Dunes at Dusk by Legacy Fiber Arts, LFA linen. And I love this linen. It's so nice. So I'm going to do as many as I can fit on this. Excuse me while I bend over and pick up these. So I also have I Collect is another one that I think goes along with these. So these are all in the same bag with various red threads, some green and some colors for those that have the other. I got some 103s. So eventually this is going to be like a red sampler bag as well. Okay, so that's that one. Let me start putting all Brenda Gervais down in there. Excuse me, this is... I have a rug underneath here and it's not cooperating. I got my StitchCon shirt on. This is from last year because I ordered the third group of orders and I don't get my shirts for this year till I get there. So I thought I would wear another one. And you're wondering, it's hot in Michigan. Why she got long sleeves? The air conditioner was pumping. I just turned it off for this. Okay, so let me see whatever. I also started the word plays. I started this in one of the 12 by 12, I think. And this is April. This is how far I got on April. So there's that one. What else do we have in here that I worked on? I worked on the Berry Keeper. And look at all those pretty floss colors. So pretty palette. Such a pretty palette. And I think I'm stitching this on a 40 count mallow by, I got it from 123 Stitch. And this is how much I got done on this one. I got most of the vines done and that's about it. But hey, it's a start. It's better than nothing, right? So I got that done. Let me just stick all that in there. I got this, I didn't work on it, but there's another one I want to do, is the bells on Christmas. And I think I want to do these, not make them into bells, but just kind of arrange the pattern so that it can be on a frame or as a pillow or whatever. And this is a freebie that she had out a couple years ago. If you Google it, I think it's out on her website, I think. It's called Mary and Minty, so I'm not going to show that again. You got to go find that. Here's the book, Jelly Bean Jubilee, and this is the one that I worked on. And I don't think I've done any of the other ones out of this book yet. I wanted to do this one at Christmas time, but didn't get to it. I got one of the flosses in here. That is so cute. And here's another one. I just love Brenda Gervais patterns. Here's another one all bundled up. This one I still have the pattern in here because I want to stitch it for me. But this was my Smalls exchange that I made last year for StitchCon. And instead of the dog, I put StitchCon 2022 on it. And I can't remember the name of the gal who got it, but I know she watches me, so hi! And I don't know if you're going to go to Weekend B again this year. But I'm not doing a Brenda Gervais. I don't really know what I'm doing yet. Yes, I know it's in a few weeks. I have a few projects that I've got almost done that I'm going to pick or choose one or the other. I could have used one of the 8 ones that I just fully finished, but I'm not gonna. This is Project Quarantine. I got the pattern, but I haven't stitched it, but I want to. So eventually I will do that. This is going to be a restart. I've talked about it many times. I'm going to start it over again because I do not like Vintage Country Mocha fighting with the white to get the white to show. Her skirt is done. Okay, yes, the way I'm showing it here in this light, you can see it. But if I turn around and look at it, I can't really, it's just, I can't. It's just not there enough for me. I want the white to show. It looks great when I show it up. I've even tried to overstitch over it. I'm just going to start it over. I don't like Vintage Country Mocha. I don't know. Some people love it. But I was thinking maybe doing it. This is Moon Shadow by Seraphim. I was thinking about doing it on that, and maybe for the skirt, use 2 shades of Sulky. If you look in this big old jar right there, I got one of the dream boxes of Sulky. And I know they've got various creams and colors, whites. So I might do that on this. We'll see. But that's another patriotic that I might start. Who knows? I already showed you the wordplay. This one was one of my 12 by 12 starts on New Year's Eve. And I pulled it out and I stitched some more on it. This is called Bluebird Out My Window. And I don't know if you guys have, if you follow my Instagram and Facebook, you need to. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you guys do. But I put up a bird feeder on my deck, and it's in an awkward place for me to watch. So I was coming back from checking the mail or something, and I just stood there looking out, and I watched, and then I started watching, and then I watched a little more. I saw like 8 to 10 different species of birds. So I got my little tripod, and I got my camera, and I had it so that I didn't have to hold it. It was braced, so all I have to do is hit the button to take the picture. There's some really cool birds that came. I got a red-headed woodpecker, a red-bellied woodpecker. I got some different kinds of finches and house finch and this, that, the bright yellow, and I've got a female blue jay, and oh my gosh, there's so many different birds. So you gotta check it out on my Instagram. But Bluebird Out My Window. I did see a couple bluebirds in the yard eating stuff, you know, trying to find worms or whatever it is that little bluebirds eat. But here's, let me get this thread off of here. Here's where I am on this one. And I'm stitching this on, I don't know. Yes, I do. It is Wren. Shoulda Known Wren by Picture This Plus. And it's a 36 count. Excuse my fingernails. Sorry, my hands are dirty. I planted peppers, tomatoes, jalapenos, cucumbers, summer squash, lots of herbs and spices along my deck on the side. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flower beds. I'm not Priscilla. I'm getting my Priscilla starting club or starter kit. I got the Priscilla starter set. So we'll see, but you know, it's fun, and I got a few things growing. So that's another Brenda Gervais I worked on. Here's another one that I started on the 12 by 12, and I'm gonna finish this. Excuse me while I pick up something that I missed the bucket. I'm gonna finish this sorry about the zipper, similarly to how I finished the Be Thankful. Excuse me, because your nose. This is Home Sweet Home. This is not the one I'm working on. This was the newer one that just came out at around market. So I will be doing this after I finish this one. Joy and Good Cheer. And this one was a, this one's going to be smaller because this one I'm stitching it on, I think, a 46 count Winter Wishes by Fabrics by Stephanie. And it's going to be a lot smaller than the other one. I wonder what I stitched that one on. Maybe that was a 36 count. And this is a 46 count. Look how much smaller it's going to be. But that's okay. That's okay. That is so cute. And I love this one. It's got a flag in it. And the strawberries. Ooh, they're so... She is so talented. That Miss Brenda. She just is so talented. So there's that. And the flosses and all that. And this was another one of my 12 by 12s that I started on New Year's Eve. 12 by 12, if you don't know, you start a project every hour on the hour, the 12 hours from noon until midnight on New Year's Eve. It was started by Kia B Quilting, and Pam from Just Keep Stitching. They did it a couple years ago, was the first time, and then we did it last year. The first year, my dad was staying at my house, and his chair, Lazy Boy, was kind of like over my shoulder, kind of, because of the way the house was set up. And he fell asleep, and so I'm trying to stitch, and by 7:15 I was sleeping, so I slept through probably 5 hours of my 12 by 12. Woke up almost 12:30. So this year I did a lot better. I got a lot more done. But anyway, here's 2 more patterns that came out around market time. And we got the Robins Are Here and Spring Awakens. With the little bunnies. Eventually I'll get to these, but not right now. Here's another book that came out last year at market. Brenda was at market last year. And this is Seasons of the Heart. And I haven't stitched any of these either. There's 4 patterns in this book. And I want to stitch these. But maybe someday. Let's see. What else did I work on? Oh, I got to finish. This is one of my finishes. This is Farmyard Parade. And I don't know why I didn't take this out and finish it upstairs with all the rest of these finishes that I did. But I think I just had it in here because I'm going to, on the same fabric, stitch the man. I had started this before on the 46 count Artiste brand that you can get at Hobby Lobby. And again, I was fighting with, you can see it on this, but when you look at it, you can't really see that chicken. So I redid it, and this shows up a little bit better. But here's my little chickens, and that's the lady. And this is, I don't know what this fabric is. Let me see if I put it in here. Sometimes when I stitch something, I usually use a sheet protector on my working copy, and I usually like stick the sticker off of the fabric on here so I know what it is. Because do I write it down? No. But I don't think I did it for this. So I don't know what this fabric is. I know what I didn't like was the 46 count Artiste from Hobby Lobby. I do like that fabric, but just not for that chicken because I couldn't see it. So this might be another Picture This Plus Wren, because it looks a lot like the other one. Or 46 count Confederate Gray. That's what it might be. I don't know. But she's finished. And I'm going to do the guy. So that's why they're together. And I'm going to stitch him on the same one. It might be that 46 count Confederate Gray. Okay. Let's see. What else do I have that I worked on for Miss Brenda Gervais? This one I'm also going to... I took it out of my bag that's for StitchCon. I'm going to take this. This is one of the Souvenirs of the Heart Star Spangled Spectacular. That's so cute. And this is on a Beach Brew by R&R. And I got just a little tiny scrap when I was at Stitches and Things. And that store's closed permanently. I'm so sad. Anyway, this is where I am. And I got a huge problem. I don't know if I told you this last time. But when I was counting the pole, I missed some stitches somewhere. I don't have enough room between here and here. So when I go to put that vase in between there on the roof, I'm not going to be able to fit it all. So there is a little bit of wiggle room. So I think I'm going to shorten all the stems and maybe take one of the rows out of the bottom of the basket. And that way it'll fit. Because I don't want to start over because it's too cute. And I think this is a 46 count Beach Brew. So this will be going with me on one of the projects that I'm taking to work on at StitchCon. Will I work on it? Probably not. But, woo, it goes way over there. I made it in, too. I have a big sewing machine case that's on wheels. That's like a luggage, 4 wheels that rotate. That's where I just made it in there. So that's going with me. Now, that's my... I got all the rest of the word plays. All of them. I have a cute little bin. I look over to it like you guys can see. It's a oval shaped tin. It's got a wooden top and it's magnetic, so I'm gonna get the washers and whatever and switch them out. So that's the plan. That's one more, and I've got, this is Blessed Be. I worked on this a little bit as well. Not a whole lot, a couple more stitches in. This is on a 40 count Wren by Picture This Plus. And that, I would love to get back to that as well. So, there's some beautiful floss. I think this is for my April wordplay. There's the Brenda Gervais. So that's what I got done. Definitely met my goals for that month because it was 10 days of Brenda Gervais and I did 30. So yay. Okay, so I'm going to show you real quick my book of days, all the stickers. You can see here, this is where I put my whip goes. I didn't meet those goals, didn't have 10 days of each. But that's okay because I could probably go back, like I said, and do it. That was March. And I'm using the tool planner and the planner pages that I got from Katie, the Naptime Stitcher. Hi, Katie! I cannot wait to see you and hug you. I met Katie at Stitch... No, I think... Did we go to the... Yes, I think I met you at StitchCon And then we told you about the Stitch Etc. retreat, and we were roommates at that. That's what it was. So anyway, it's our 3rd year going to be at Weekend Beat at StitchCon, and I can't wait to hug you and say hi. So, hi, Kitty. But anyway, this is my April spread. I love daffodils. I found these stickers, I think, at Hobby Lobby. And here I just listed all my Brenda Gervais, and that's how many days I worked on them. And this is my version of my book of days using Katie's papers. I think it's working out pretty good. May. I like this page too, because, and I didn't fill it out all the way, but this to me, it helps, especially for floss tubers, because we have to tell you what we start and we have to tell you what we finish. And there's a place here to put your starts and your finishes. Notice I didn't do it, and I had a lot of starts and finishes. And it's the to-do list. A lot of times I have in your sew project bags as a vendor, blah, blah, blah. I always put my whip go in this section so I know what days or what numbers were called. And then any other kind of thing I have down here. So for May, and that was my Memorial Day, and I'll get to that last. But here's my May. May, I got lots of stuff too. Lots of starts because May is Mania. And remember, May and March are the same. So I'm not going to go through March, but I am going to go through May. So, without further ado, let me show you the whips that I worked on in my Mania. And I would say in no particular order, but these are in particular order because it's the day I started them. Okay, so this one I started May 1st of 2021. Oops, let me move this. Hold, please. Oh, here's one more. This is the retreat bag I made for the Steel City Stitchers in 2022. And I made them for the girls, Erin, Erica, Kristen, and Jody. I just blanked right out. And so then I made one for myself, and I had Crafty Kara, who makes my vinyl stuff. She made me a wannabe. So I was a wannabe Steel City Stitchers that year. But anyway, there's one more Brenda Gervais in here. Again, with my flannel floss friend. And I made these for the girls just like them. And it's got the flannel on the inside. And it holds your floss. Anyway, this is my Brenda Gervais Brick House Sampler. Started this with the Happy Little Stitch Shop. And I don't think I've touched it much since then. And this is where I'm at. So I got a ways to go. A lot of people, which I did not want to do, a lot of people left out all these flowers and only stitched that and called it good. But I think those flowers and the colors of those flowers are gorgeous. So I'm doing the whole thing. Might take me a minute. And some of the colors I changed. And if you want me to tell you what colors I changed it to, I will, because the called for colors, this bird was not this turquoise. These flowers were not this bright. It was way more dull, the way the colors. Again, it's an older sampler. This was, again, from 2018. So I think a lot of the Weeks Dye Works colors, dyes have changed over the past however many years that is. So I updated some of my colors to make them stand out a little bit better. So that's the last Brenda Gervais. Okay, so that is not those. So let me move these over here. Sorry. And let me move these up here so I can give you these in order. Okay. I don't want to rush through, but this is going to take a minute because we got lots. It's almost like a whip parade, and it's just my Mania, okay? But I showed you all my April 2, all my Brenda Gervais. So, and that's not all the Brenda Gervais I have. I'll show you in haul. I got some more. But anyway, so I started May 1st of 2021. This is a beautiful, remember, this was when I first got into it. Sorry, bear with me. I should have taken these all out of the... Even when it's a Blackbird book, I put it in a sheet protector, but I put it so that I can see the pages. So, this is Oh Joyous Day, Blackbird Designs, and here's where I am. And I got a little thing here so I know what these floss goes to, but do you think I wrote down? I think this is Picture This Plus, I want to say Vellum or Heartland, something like that. Most of my, not all, I really like Picture This Plus. So a lot of my fabric, if you can see my stash over there, most of my stash is Picture This Plus. I like Fabrics by Stephanie, Jody Red Cedar River Linens. I love hers, and I'm doing hers for the Teresa Kogut's Sal for her Patreon. So I love that. Okay, so I finished Stitchy Stars, which was my May 2nd. I did my Stitchy Stars, so this May I got to start a new one. And so I'm doing all of the like the B series by Primrose Cottage that were out at market last year. I'm going to do all of them, including Hive Rules. You'll see that in a minute. And I ordered a bunch from them, so I will be updating my Etsy shop. So if there's any of these that are the ones from last year that you're interested in, I am going to update my Etsy shop and add those to it. So SWG Stitching Designs is my Etsy shop, where I'm going to eventually have project bags out there as well. I just love all of these beautiful colors that they do on all of their charts. And since I have it up and I'm showing you, I'm going to show you a little piece of haul. And I didn't bring over here, but I got a fabric bundle for them as well for their finishing. And I got, they're so cool. All this rickrack. I was looking to see if they had the little pom-poms in here, but they don't. Oh yeah, they do. I got some pom-poms in here. They have so many, and these are all the colors. There's the thicker wired ribbon. Let me just take it out of this bag. There's other people who have ribbon bundles. Not like this. These are high quality fabrics. Wired ribbons. They're top of the line high quality. Not, no, this is awesome. And they're a really good price. I found some of these, they were on clearance at Hobby Lobby. These are the little hang tags. They came in a package with all these bee designs on them. So this is what I put. And this same floss colors are used in all of their patterns that are the bees. And these all match the floss. Plus, I got the kit, and it's over there. I didn't bring it over here. That has some of the fabric that they've used in the backing fabric. And I bought the little finishing kit that has some of the pins and stuff. So this is really good. Go check out the girls at Primrose Cottage Stitches. So that gave you a little peek at some of my haul. But this is Kind Words. And let me show you where I am. I did not a whole lot. Excuse the thread. I got just the little start of the bee and the two wings of this part right there. Not a whole lot, but hey, it was a start, and that's all the time I had on the 2nd of May to stitch. Because that was the weekend of the Vintage Stitcher Retreat. That's why I don't have a lot of these at the beginning. Coffee Quaker was the next. I think I took this to stitch on at that retreat. I think I'm gonna, I started it over. I don't know why. I'm worried about not having enough fabric. This is where I was. I started it over. I don't know what fabric this is, but I don't know. That's where I got. So, there's that. It's a 46 count. I don't know, but here's what it's supposed to look like. First I do drink the coffee, and then I do the things. If anybody's been a retreat with me, they know I'm a coffee snob. I bring my own coffee maker and my coffee grinder and my own stuff to put in it. But when I got these Invisalign type things, clear aligners, I can't drink coffee with them in. I'm supposed to have them in for 22 to 24 hours a day. So I got to take it out to drink coffee. So I can't drink coffee like I normally do. So I've been drinking so much water. Because I found talking with these things in, you can't really tell when you hear me. Like some people, it affects how they talk. I haven't noticed that, but it just makes my mouth so dry. But here's my new stickers. If you have not yet signed up and you want to, please go do so. Go to swgstitchinganddesigns.com. And there is a web page, and if you scroll down, the form to register for the retreat comes up. Please do so. I got those stickers made, and I also have these that I'm going to be handing out. Point your camera at this. Point your phones at this. All you gotta do is scan this code and it'll take you right to my webpage. So scan this and go sign up for the retreat. Chrissy, Finally a Farm Girl, is our featured designer. She's so excited. She's getting the main exclusive design back from the framer. She's so excited about it. There are other people who are coming who you might want to come and stitch with. Teresa Kogut has announced it on her Flosstube, so I've been announcing it as well. Teresa Kogut is coming as an attendee, so if you want to come and just stitch with Teresa like anyone else that goes to a retreat, come stitch with her. Diane Randall and her husband Clinton, I believe is his name. He is a stitcher. They are coming. She is the designer of Silver Creek Samplers. So if you would like to meet her and come stitch with her as a designer, maybe you'll get sneak peeks at what they're stitching on, maybe, who knows, but come and join us. We're going to have so much fun. It is going to be at a retreat center. For those of you who may not have heard, it's at a retreat center. It's not, it is a camp, but it's not like summer camp where you're in a big community bathroom and all of this. Everyone, there's either 3 people or 4 people to a room. Nobody's going to be on a top bunk. Nobody's going to have to sleep in a double bed together. Everyone will have their own bottom bunks, bottom beds. And 3 or 4 will share a bathroom. You don't have community bathrooms or everybody in the dorm has to go to the same bathroom. It's not like that. It'll be just like a hotel room. Whoever's in that room has their own bathroom. So, and they're remodeling the bathrooms too. So by the time September rolls around, they might be some pretty nice swanky bathrooms. So please go sign up. Get a bunch of your girlfriends together. If you have 3 or 4 of you in your group and you want to come together, we can accommodate you. We can put you all in the same room. Then you're not rooming with strangers. So there are still openings, but I wouldn't wait. Get signed up now. Some of the stuff in the swag bags is going to be pretty cool. I just made another connection today. Somebody that you guys probably know. and it's going to go in the swag bag. It's going to be awesome, but I don't want to spoil the surprise. I showed Chrissy, and the person that, oh my gosh, you guys, please go sign up. She is so excited about her designs. Chrissy, if you don't know, she is from Michigan. She grew up here. Her mom and her grandma and her aunt was involved, I think, had a needlework store, I believe, in Davison, Michigan. And so when I asked her about if she was interested, because she's a relatively new designer, I was asking her if she would be interested, and oh my gosh, she was so excited. So she is ready. Teresa, as you know, Teresa Kogut lives in Michigan, and so she is going to come over, and, you know, it's not very far from where she lives. And her friend Donna Fidawa, you guys may know her. She's the one that stitched the Biscornu. She's known as the Biscornu Queen. Teresa's design that she did a while ago that has the moths on it and a Biscornu, Donna is the one that finished that for her. She actually lives not far from me, goes by my house every Sunday when she comes to church in my little town. So she's going to be there, and we're just going to have so much fun. It will be so fun. If you are nervous, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. There's a way you can chat or send an email on my website. Go to my Instagram, comment on this video, wherever you need to. But please, don't let your introvertedness keep you from coming, because this is not going to be a big like StitchCon with 300 people. We're going to be 60 to 70, and it'll be great. It'll be a smaller venue, and trust me, if you are nervous at all about it, just step outside of your comfort zone. Once you get there, you're going to be surrounded with 70 other people who are just like you, who love this craft, who love building the community, and that's why I wanted to put these retreats together. Not to make a bunch of money, not to make myself, I just want to have a venue, a place for stitchers to come together. It is all inclusive, all of your meals, all of your lodging, everything is $450. That includes your retreat costs, everything. All you have to do is get there. For the people who signed up earlier, I've already sent out invoices for the deposit. After StitchCon, I'm going to send out the second part of their, the second invoice, so that they're going to be paid in full. So if you guys are signing up now, the ones who are signing up now, I will probably invoice you for the full amount after StitchCon. I was doing $200 and $250 for the people who signed up before, but we're getting closer to the time I'm going to need all the invoices paid in full. So the weekend after StitchCon weekend B, so it'll be, I got my calendar right here, let me show you, July. It'll be June, StitchCon, it'll be the 24th, 25th of June. The remainder of the invoices will go out. So anybody who signs up between now and the 24th or 25th, you're not going to get a deposit invoice. You're going to get the full amount on the 24th or 25th. And again, it's $450. And if you want to come in the night before, if you come in, have to come in the 7th, September 7th. If you have to come in then, it's an extra $50, so your total will be $500. That is a facility fee. That's for the facility, not for me. And there will be no meals that day because you're coming in on the evening. So we're 15 minutes from Port Huron, where all the restaurants and malls and Hobby Lobby and shopping and all of that. So you can grab something to eat on your way in. We're going to be setting up the vendor space. We're going to be doing all of that kind of stuff. There are people who are planning on coming in on Thursday night. So there will be some folks there, and there'll be places that you guys can gather and stitch together. The stitching room won't be open until 9 o'clock on Friday morning. Registration on Friday. That Friday starts, the 8th starts at 8 a.m. So feel free to come in if you want to come in the night before for travel purposes. I've had people reaching out. I'm holding this up here while I talk so you can scan it with your phone and go directly to the website. I've had people reach out and say, hey, we have a group of 4 of us and we're all coming. Can we come in, and what's the date? And, you know, asking questions about it. And I give them the answers and I haven't heard from them. So if everybody who said they want to come, who wants to sign up, signs up, we're going to have a waiting list. So if you really want to do it, get signed up now. Don't wait. I'm going to be handing out a bunch of these. Chrissy's going to be talking to people. You're going to start hearing more about it. On my Flosstube, on Chrissy's Flosstube, probably Teresa's Flosstube. I'm going to have Diane talk about it on her Flosstube. You're going to hear about it more, and so hopefully we're going to I'm so excited. Can you tell? I'm so excited. So, anyway, where was I? Coffee Quaker. Okay. The next one, I don't know how I jumped into that from this. This was Plum Street Samplers. A lot of people have brought this back out and have been stitching it. I know the Stitchy friends, Sarah and Jen. Hi guys. They're stitching this, but this is Blackberry House by Plum Street Samplers. And I saw it, Liz from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch. Hi Liz, if you watch me. She did it, and that's where I fell in love with it. But this is how far I got. Again, I'm stitching this on a 40 count mallow that I ordered from 123 Stitch. It's Weigert base because you can see the orange line going through it. And it's really, really weird because it's not really a linen because it doesn't have the slubs like typical 40 count linen has. It's very even. So it's like an even weave linen, if there is such a thing. But it's 40 count mallow. M-A-L-L-O-W from Picture This Plus. Or no, from 123 Stitch. Not Picture This Plus. But I love it. So that's my progress on that. Not very far. And this is another bag that I have. And this is Lori Holt's cookbook fabric. Another bag I made. The next one is, and this one I started, I think, this March, because I had finished the project that I had on there from before. This is from my girl, Teresa Kogut, and I think this, oh, I did get the pattern. I got this in her Patreon, but she released it at, Market. And this is called Needle and Flax by my girl Teresa Kogut. And this is my project on this one. And I did work on this for a little bit at the Vintage Stitcher Retreat. And if you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say about that. We had some fun talking about this pattern. And because I have the extra, and I have the printed out one because I got it in Patreon, and I have this extra, I'm going to add this to this week's giveaway. So that is going to go right there, and that'll be one of the giveaways. Now, this project bag that I have, I made this a while ago, and this is her For the Love of Nature fabric line. I think this was the first one of her fabric lines that came out. And in here, not kitted, but I have the pattern For the Love of Nature. And the reason why I have this bag instead of selling it is because I'm a knucklehead. And when I did my lining on the inside, it's all fabric fully lined. Somehow this one got in backwards, and this is the fusible web. The interfacing that's supposed to be in between the two layers of fabric, it's on the out, so I can't sell this one. So I keep it, and it's got my For the Love of Nature and also my needle and flax in it. Because if you have a Teresa pattern, you gotta have a Teresa Kogut fabric bag, right? So there's that. Okay, so this next one is Hive Rules. And like I said, check my Etsy site because I'm going to have Summer Wishes and Bumblebee Kisses, Be Nice or Buzz Off. Again, all these have that same fabric, use the same trim and finishing. Be Happy, ABC, and this year they released one that has bees on it, and it's I Would Rather Be Stitching. This was one for this year, a release this year. And I think the finishing kit was for this pattern, or for this project. And it came with these little, I think it has the fabric in it. I got the trim, but it has these little pins in it too. It's so cute. But this one that I started, if I can get it to the outside, is the Lovable Hive Rules. And this is my teeny tiny start. I'm stitching this on a 40 count brown sugar. And if you know who does brown sugar, let me know, because I don't know who it is. And that's how far I got. One day of stitching. This is, sometimes Stitches and things, they would tell you the name, but they don't tell you who it is. HD Linen. HD Linen. Anyway, if you know who makes brown sugar, put it in the comments for me, because I don't know. But anyway, check my Etsy, because I'm going to update and put all these other bees. And look at the inside of this. This was another bag that I made for the Steel City Stitchers pop-up shop with Crafty You. It's got beautiful bee on the inside. But once again, no, this one's done. It might have been just one that didn't sell, and I put my stuff in it. So I may have some more of these up on my Etsy eventually as well. The next one is Where There Are Bees. And I think this was the day I was on the road driving home from the Vintage Stitcher Retreat. And if you have not signed up yet, she's going to have another one in October. It's the first weekend, the 6th, 7th, 8th, at the beginning of October. And I remember that because the 7th is my birthday. So we're having a party up at Iron Mountain for my birthday. Come join us. But anyway, here's the Prairie Schooler, Where There Are Bees. And this one I've started over 3 or 4 different times. I'm doing this on a 28 count Monaco as it comes out of the tube. That's that way, over 2. And I thought, well, what would it be like over 1? So I started stitching 25 count over 1. So I haven't decided which way I'm going to do it. Probably this way. So, and these are the called, I tried changing all the colors, and no. Every year I think I struggled with this, but this year, you don't change Prairie Schooler colors. I don't know, they're just really good. I don't change those colors, even on my Santas. So anyway, I fold this up, and I have this in a cute little Be Happy bag, Ray Dunn, and it's like vinyl-y, so it's kind of cute. Anyway, what's next? What's next is Priscilla and Chelsea stitching with the Housewives, Buffalo Plaid Spring. And this was in the, I don't know what year, 2021 maybe, spring edition of the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I should have brought it out because I don't think I have a picture of it. I don't have a picture of it. I'm going to flash it really quick. It's in that magazine, but you remember, it's the Buffalo Plaid. She did a series, all 4 seasons. Ooh. Excuse my reach, and you see what I'm wearing underneath. I got long johns on. Anyway, this was the Halloween, Buffalo Plaid Halloween, and we got Priscilla to sign the back. This was the first Stitch Etc. retreat, and this was Buffalo Plaid Halloween. So what I'm stitching now is the Buffalo Plaid Spring, and this is where I am. Again, on a 28 count, and it's just washing it out, but it's a 28 count black Monaco that I dyed, and really it is super dark. This comes out super, super dark on 28 count, and it shrinks it up a little, so I love stitching. That's why I like Picture This Plus too, because it's not stiff, but it's tight weaved. It's not, you know, I like it tight. So anyway, that's that Buffalo Plaid Spring. I do have all the seasons. I want to stitch them all. In this bag, I have a couple more spring that I would like to do. Some of these older charts, How Does Your Garden Grow? Here's a turquoisey color that I dyed. Again, 28 count Monaco. I love stitching Priscilla and Chelsea's designs on 28 count Monaco. I just love it. I don't know why. Here's another honey jar from their jars, all jarred up series. I think maybe that's what these are. And this is the Buzz of the Bees. So I got all these at that first retreat that I went to when we did the Halloween, because once you see her models in person, you can't not get them. They're so wonderful. Okay, so Buffalo Plaid Spring, we are now at, and I almost stopped stitching on this. I almost ditched it, but I said no. I'm gonna continue stitching it. It is on, I think this is a 40 count Water Lily, I think. Something I picked up. It's just a Zweigert base, because it's got the orange line in it. So it's a Zweigert base instead of Weeks. But this is Candy Cane Wishes, again by Miss Brenda Gervais. Candy Cane Wishes. And I kept going, and now I got the snowman done. Isn't he cute? So I'm going to keep plugging away because there's not that much more of him to go. Just the vines around the outside and I'll be done. Why would I not continue with this? Why? So I'm going to keep going. Get it done. Maybe I'll pull it out at July. Christmas in July. I've been seeing, I point at my TV like you guys can see it. I watch the Hallmark Channel. I don't know if you guys ever watched the show Reba. Reba McEntire, the country western singer, had a sitcom. Where was I? Probably the same time that Gilmore Girls was out. Where was I? Did I not watch TV for a whole decade or what? I don't know. But anyway, I get up before I start work and I come out and I stitch. And Reba's on the Hallmark Channel. So I got stuck watching that. Not stuck. I'm stuck on it because I like it. And then the Golden Girls. Who knew? So anyway, I've been watching that. It's kind of funny. So I've been seeing commercials that starting in July, they're going to do Christmas in July as well. So not only are we probably going to be stitching Christmas in July and with Kimberly Jolly, Jolly July, whatever, we're also going to be watching Hallmark movies Christmas in July. So yay. Okay, so what's next? Oh, this is Peter Peep, again with the Brenda Gervais. I'm stitching this on the 46 count linen that you can get at, I think you can still get it. They've redone their whole cross stitch section. They got rid of all the kits. They got rid of a bunch of stuff, and they have these stupid pillow kits. that you can put different pillowcases on a standard pillow. Who wants that? We want cross stitch. Some people don't have an LNS, right? Who do we complain to? But anyway, this is ivory colored 46 count Bristol linen swagger base artiste brand from Hobby Lobby. If they still have it, I don't know. But what I'm doing is Peter and Peep by Miss Brenda Gervais. I saw this model stitched. I saw this model stitched at the pop-up shop with the Crafty U the first year they came. They brought a ton of models with them, and this was huge. Huge! And I'm like, I gotta stitch that. Mine's not gonna be quite as huge, but this is how far I got. And this is on 46 count, and I just love stitching on 46 count. So that's that, and I love, this is not bad linen. For this anyway. Let's see, Peter Peep, Seasons of the Heart. This one was also in a Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, I think also spring of 21. And it's a blue flower design. And again, I didn't print out, maybe it's back here, hang on. No, I didn't print out the picture, the cover photo. I just made a copy of my magazine, the page with the color key, and you know, she's got 4 little seasons. It's so cute. But I finally almost got the heart all done and started with another color. Finally. So I started getting some color in here. There's a lot of color. I'm going to show you this. There was a needle minder made of it. You probably can't see it, but look at all the color that's in there. So again, this is, I think, also a 46 count linen, like the ivory one. I think this is the other, like, more grungier one from Hobby Lobby, 46 count. So that is that one. Where are we at? Seasons in the Heart. Oh, this one I've started over a few times. This is another blue flower. I've started it over on I think I had it on a vintage country mocha. No, I don't like vintage country mocha. I don't know why. But right now I'm doing this on a 40 count doubloon. And this is a picture of this plus. Here is the pattern. And that's how much I've gotten. I think it goes like this, maybe. This is how far I got in my one day of Mania. So that's going to be pretty. I love the wings. The color of the wings is so pretty. I believe that's DMC 168, I believe. Yeah. It's so pretty. So anyway, that is the blue flower. Sleeping Bee. This one needs to get some more work on it. I'm doing this with sulky threads. Came out of that big old jar that I got back there, which I got at it's a jar I got at Marshall's. And it's a big old ball canning jar that's huge. And so, and why don't I have the cover? All right. Oh, here it is. This is Spring Doxology by Sweet Wing Studios. Susan is her name, and she is the sweetest gal. I met her at market, and she is so sweet. And so I got all the words done. Now, this is also on a 40 count mallow. And I got the little bunny. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise him, all creatures here below. Praise him up on the heavenly host. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Yes, I grew up in a Methodist church. My mom was a Methodist choir director for 34 years. I know me some doxology. So anyway, that's where I'm at on that one. I'd like to get that done. There's not a whole bunch left. Mostly just the little animals at the bottom and the little flowers. So I should be able to get this out pretty soon and get it done and hung up near my... I would love to hang it up. You can't see, but up on this wall, I have vintage sewing machines, and I have a little mug with a cardinal on it, and a glass bulb with a cardinal, and a church that looks like the little country church that and my picture of my mom, and my dad's ashes are even up there. And so I would love to get this framed cute somehow and add that up there, because it reminds me of my mama. So Cross Stitch Nation. This one, I worked a little bit more on it. I wish I could work on this more than just once every March and April, or March and May during Mania and Madness. But I also got the mug. Cross Stitch Nation, we belong. I love this pattern. It's so cute. And this is it if you've not seen it. And I'm using, I believe, all the called for threads. I think this is a 40 count doubloon. I don't think it's the called for. I think the called for was, this is Hart Street Samplery. I don't know what she calls for, but I don't think I'm using it. But here's where I am. I belong to the... And I got a lady. And I got a crown. I think when I stopped before, I just had the top of her head. So now at least I think I finished more of the words, and I'm getting her a dress. So I'm going to keep on plugging away at this. I'd love to have this hung up in my craft room or in my near my stitchy spot. This is in a Lori Holt zippy bag. And I watched her Flosstube, her tutorial on how to do this. And I decided, okay. But the way she does it, her seams are finished, but they're exposed. So I'm thinking, okay, that's not how I make project bags. I use Elizabeth Ankin Stitch's, her tutorial of her fully lined fabric bags. So I made these, I got the inside, and I made them so all the seams are hidden. And I put my little hook in like I do. I added the rick-rack like I do, but I used her panels and I used her zippers. And I quilted the back. I think I put more interfacing type stuff than she does. And I quilted the front and just followed these little quilting lines that were there in the fabric. I just stitched on them. So that's a Lori Holt bag. Okay, Cross Stitch Nation. Okay, this one. How many times, and this is on a bag from Fat Quarter Shop. I love these vinyl bags sometimes. They hold a lot of stuff. I started this, I'm using the call for DMC, not the MPI. This was my third time starting it. Okay. And they say third time's a charm, right? All right, so this is just a basic white linen. Ugh. It was too flimsy, it's a 40 count, but it wasn't covering with one, so I did it with two, and two was too much on this 40 count because it's loose. I don't like that. I grew up stitching in the 80s where you use 3 strands on 14 count. I like thick coverage, right? So I thought, I don't want to do this whole big entire, because let me show you what it is. In case you don't know, this is Liberty's Welcome by Plum Street Samplers. It's a big one. It's a big one. Stitch count is, where'd it go? 349 by 211. So it's going to be a big girl, right? Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts finished it. I know Melly Ellie Stitches and her sister, Melissa, is that your sister's name? I forgot. Sorry, Snow Day Stitcher. I know they both were working on it. I don't know if they're done. But anyway, I started it on this. I didn't like it. So I thought, okay, let me restart it. I got a Antique Lace by Seraphim, I think is who does that. And again, it's looser. It's still Zweigert base, but so I restarted it for the third and final time. I restarted it. I'm using a Picture This Plus 40 count fog. This is what I'm stitching it on. I'm not changing my mind again. This is it. Okay? So, and I'm using one strand with the called for DMC. Well, the DMC conversion called for was MPI. That's what I'm stitching it. And that's what I'm doing. And you're going to hold me to it, right? Because I'm not starting it over. Third time's a charm. So that is Liberty's Welcome by Plum Street. Okay. We're only at 16 on the 16th, and we're at an hour and 47 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a while. I need to do this more often, right? Okay, so this one is Liberty Angel. I don't know if you guys have seen. I'm sure you have. This is a Leisure Arts. I had problems with this as well, because when I was stitching it on, my whites were not showing up, and I don't do it well if my whites don't show up. So I restarted this, and it is on a Picture This Plus. I think it is called Nocturne. And this is where I am. And see, look at the white. Oops, I think it goes this way. Look at the white showing up. And that's the start up here of some of the flag, and then the first top of her angel wing going down. I'm so excited. So that's Liberty's Angel. And I almost ditched this. I almost said, UFO, forget it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But I want to keep going. Since I can't get my hands on a Lady of the Flag Mirabilia, I'd love to do that one. Whoo! I'd love to do that. If I was going to do a Mirabilia, that's the only one that I would really want to do. And you can't buy it anymore. And I'm not paying $400 on eBay for it. Nope. But if I could do one, that's the one I'd love to do. So if anybody wants to loan it to me, I'm your girl. I don't know how long it would take me to stitch it, but okay, Liberty Angel. Okay, so this one I needed to start, and it was on the 17th of May. So of course I had to start something that's not patriotic. That is Irish. What am I trying to say? Irish. St. Patrick's Day. That's it. Oh my gosh. I'm using Emerald and Hunter Weeks Dye Works greens. And I'm doing Shamrock Wishes and Irish Kisses by Primrose Cottage. And this is how far I got on that one. I got the shamrock and some of the flowers done. That's one day of stitching. I do have another one of theirs, because I don't have really a whole lot of St. Patrick's Day decorations. So I also have the Luck of the Irish. And I have a 40 count Heritage by Picture This Plus. And my colors are 4-leaf clover and steamed broccoli, both by Classic Colorworks. My steamed broccoli ripped, so I just punched a hole and I wrote it on there. So they're both And this is what that's going to be. Little bit more green. Their colors on this are really like muted greens. And I got a little bit brighter. So that's my St. Patrick's Day whips. Okay, the next one I had finished. I don't know if I had finished it in March or not, but I got a new start on this day, the 18th of May. I got a new start. And if you know, you remember I did the Bluebird sampler and I did the Redbird sampler. Well, I started the Hummingbird sampler. And these are all heart and hand. I love them. I'm doing all of this in Classic Colorworks Weeping Willow, which is the called for. And there's little buttons in here. It comes with the little buttons. And I'm doing this on I think this is 46 count grandma's slip or grandma's sleeve or something like that from Fortnite Fabrics. And that's how far I got. I got the hummingbird done. So there's really not a whole lot left to go, but the alphabet. And look at mine, looks almost like that, doesn't it? It looks almost like that, and I can't reach it because I put it down in here, but it sure looks almost like that, doesn't it? I planned it that way. So anyway, this shouldn't take me too much longer to get done. That is a 46 count. It's going to be T90 tall or T90 small. So I want to get that done. I probably won't wait till March or May to pull this out. I really want to get it done. So I might leave it out here in my cross stitch camp bag that I'm going to show you in a minute, because I will probably get that one done within the month, and I could finish this one too. So I'll show you that in a minute, but we're not there yet. Okay, so that was a start, and then this one has been going for a while. I really need to get this one done. I like it a lot, and this is another Plum Street. I like Plum Street. Can you tell? This is Summertime Blessing. Look at all them tomatoes and the flag. I might pull this out. I might work on it on Red, White, and June, which is Fat Quarter Shop. And I'll link that all in my description box. I might work on this because it's got a flag on it and it's summertime. But here's where I am. And I changed up. I didn't like her dress all in white, so I changed it up a little bit and I gave her a blue skirt. And then she's going to be sitting on that bird, so hopefully the blue and the black won't fight with each other. But I think it's cute. And that's Summertime Blessing by Plum Street. And I don't know what I'm stitching this on. It's a something Zweigert base. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, guys. That's what happens. It might be a Fabrics by Stephanie, maybe. Not Winter Wishes. I don't know. That's why I don't like not having little stickers and not having a tag on it. So, like if you cut your fabric in half and you use it in 2 different places, make sure you got a tag on both sides or write it down. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm trying to tell myself what to do, because I haven't been doing it. So that's Summertime Blessing. So the next day I got another start. I don't know what I finished, but I got another start. I don't know how much I got done, if I got any done. So let's see. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, so this is, what am I stitching it on? This is what I'm stitching. It's Honey Fair. And this is how far I got. And I don't know what I'm stitching it on. If you guys know, let me know. Usually when I take it out of a bag, Like I'll leave the tag on, or if it's a sticker, I'll stick it on the outside of the bag. I don't know. They use 32 count parchment linen by Weeks Dye Works. So this might be a parchment, but it's not 32 because I don't like 32. So it's a 40 count. It might, I don't know what it is. If anybody recognizes that stitching on the edge, I don't know what it is. I need to get better. Somebody tell me, get better about writing down what you stitch your projects on. Okay, so the next day, I started in March, Strawberry Fair. This was a stitch along, I think, with Helen D. and Carla of Cobweb Corners, which, hey, if you girls are watching, you guys talked about coming to the retreat too, so get Barbie and the three of you come get a room together and come stitch with us at the Great Lakes Stitchers Gathering, okay? Come on. So anyway, this is how far I got on this. This, I have a tag. This is 46 count parchment because I have the tag still attached from stitches and things. And this goes this way. That's how far I got on Strawberry Fair. Okay? Let's keep going because we're almost done with this part of the program, as my girl Stephanie would say. All right, Honey Fair, Strawberry Fair. Okay, so then I had the 22nd and the 23rd. I got 2 new starts. And guess what? One's a finish. I got the patriotic bug going because it's the end of March. No, May. Going into Memorial Weekend. So I pulled out Priscilla and Chelsea, one of theirs. They did it on a black. Well, I had dyed some denim blue 28 count Monaco, and look, here's my finish. Whoopsie, time out. There's a thread on it. Now I changed it up a little bit, okay? It called for it on black fabric, and then it called for this whole section where America is not stitched. The black fabric shows through and all the outside is stitched in blue. I didn't want to do that because I had used blue fabric. So I stitched the white words, the white lettering, and I just underlined this border in one row of the navy blue to bring the navy blue down here. I didn't want to stitch the whole navy blue and have the white showing. I didn't want to do that. So I changed it up a little bit. And I also wanted to bring down some of the gold, and I made the little stars in gold. And that's it. I'm going to make it a little pin pillow so I can put it in my design. I'll put it in either the beginning or the end of my video, my display of my patriotic stuff so far and what I have. There's only one cross stitch in there, and now I'm going to finish this and I'll have 2. All these other 8 that I finished, none of them are patriotic. So, I gotta get busy. That's why I started so many of these. So, I kept going. Here's another Land That I Love by my girls at Primrose Cottage Stitches. Hi girls, if any of you are watching. I decided I was gonna stitch that. So, I gotta finish. Ooh. I got a finish on that one. This is 40 count Oaken by Picture This Plus, and it just took a little teeny tiny up at the top. So I thought, well, let me bring another pattern and do another one. So I got to start on another Primrose Cottage. This I got as a PDF because I wanted it like right now. And this is Home of the Brave. Oops, let me fold this in half because I printed on both sides. So it's Home of the Brave. And I know it's going to fit because I did the whole thing to make sure it fit. And it does. So, there we go. That's all of my Mania, March Madness and Mania. Okay, so what else did I stitch on? This is another bag that I made. It's a vinyl front. And I have a zipper pull made by my girl Kathy of, it's a head of an eagle. Whoopsie. 2 needles pull and thread, Missy and Kathy. I got this from Kathy last year at StitchCon. I can't wait to see them again. Oh my gosh, do you follow Missy Timberlake, who is the other half of 2 Needles Pulling Thread? Her and her husband have gone on a trip across the United States, and man, I just love following along with her. A lot of places that I've never been. So, back in the day when I started this last year on Memorial Weekend, Missy started it too. That's why I'm also talking about Missy. Hopefully she'll bring it with her to StitchCon. I started mine on Oaken by Picture This Plus. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But it was a 36 count. And I've talked to you guys about this before at nauseum probably. I don't like 36 count. To me, 1 strand is not enough. 2 strands is too much. Somebody suggested that I just do the top leg over twice. I was doing that. This is only as far as I got. And I'm like, I don't like it. I don't like it. So, I restarted it. And I restarted it on Affogato by Fiber on a Whim. 46 count. So I'm going from a 36 count to a 46 count. And let me tell you, friends, I love it. I love this. I absolutely love this. So this is going to StitchCon with me. I'm going down Wednesday night. Me and my girl Crafty Kara, I'm picking her up on the way through Indiana and then over to Cincinnati. I'm taking this with me and I'm going to stitch on this a lot. I love it. I love it. I love it. Here's my little Notions bag. Fully lined. Got all my beautiful Weeks Dye Works thread that's called for. Ooh, look at it on this. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Oh, Missy, please bring yours and stitch with us. Stephanie B, I can't wait to see yours and compare the size, because I think she's doing 28 count, maybe. I don't remember, Stephanie, what count you have, but it would be great to see ours together side by side. She's working on hers and she's loving it too. So I cannot wait, number 1, to see you girls again, and number 2, so we can stitch on this together again. And here is a pair of scissors and a scissor pull that I got that Kathy made me last year. And these have little protectors on them. Can't wait to see you girls again. I want to give Kathy a big old hug because this year she's got a lot better news than she had last year at this time. So I can't wait to give you a big old hug. So anyway. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see everybody at StitchCon Weekend B. Again, if you're going, say hi. Alright, let me get this out of the way. Put my pattern back. Oh, here, let me show you what it's supposed to look like. I'm sorry. This is what it's supposed to look like. Yes, she's a big girl. She is 329 by 310 stitches. And I'm stitching it on a 46 count Affogato by Fiber on a Whim. So excited. It's a Twin Peak primitive. I don't know if you girls watch my Flosstube, but oh, I love this pattern. I love it so much. So that is going to get a bunch of stitches with me. And watch me, woo, rip it right over, score, right over into there. So that brings us through all the way through the end of May. I did, let me show you something else that I've been stitching on. This was one of my calls that I didn't get done in May because of Mania, but I'm going to make it up by the end of the year. I will get a lot more because it's Prairie Schooler Santas. Stitching them on a 28 count Monaco that I tea dye, not coffee tea, just tea. And I take 21 Lipton tea bags, open them up, put them in a big old pot of water, and I dunk 3 at a time, take them out, rinse, put them in a pan, spread a little bit so they get the mottling. This side has a lot more mottling. I don't like it quite so much, so I use this side that's a little less. But that's how I do it. And I rinse it till it runs clear. I roll it in a towel. I step on it to get a lot of the moisture out. And then I put the towel and these in the dryer and dry them. They're not as wet because they're in the oven, because I bake them in the oven to get the mottling. So these don't go in the dryer as long. But when I do the black, that's what I do. Rinse till they're clear. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a tutorial. Anyway, here's the Prairie Schoolers that I've gotten done. I believe that's 84, which is when Prairie Schooler Santas. Yes, there's other ones, but these actual Prairie Schooler Santas that are annual every year started in 1984. So I'm going to do every one of them on 28 count, 2 over 2, and I'm going to make these into ornaments. And I'm going to use, do I have it in here? I might have taken it out. I have a burgundy colored homespun fabric. Yeah, I must have taken it out. It's up in my sewing room probably. Anyway, I'm going to finish them all the exact same on the back with the homespun and make ornaments. So there's 84. I think that's 85, 86, 87, 88, and this is 89. And I'm doing them all in order every year. I've got 2023, so I got 39 to do. Next year will be the 40th one. I don't know if they're going to keep doing them. I don't know. But if they put one out, I'm collecting it. So anyway, that's in my big old bag. And I will probably take this to the retreat as well, because these are pretty easy for me to stitch on when you're talking, you know. So that's in the bag too. One other thing I want to show you that I got that I have not started, but sorry, Brenda. Brenda and the cereal starter Laura. This was Brenda's birthday sal, and this is Martha Evans 1879. It is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I got my hands on my first piece of needle and flax Hemingway 46 count that I'm going to stitch it on. I called the attic and I got whoops, there's a hole in my bag. All the beautiful 103s, and this is the first time I've ever used the 103 silks. How do I pronounce it? Aversois. 103s, whatever. But I got it in here. I got it all on the Q-snap. I got it ready. Haven't started it. But I did pull out, excuse me, we're almost done, guys. We gotta be almost done because we're at 2 hours and 9 minutes. Anyway, I pulled out the silks and I've used them on something else. It's a biscornu. It's gonna be a biscornu. It's so sweet. It's so cute. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna be using. I use some of those silks on that, and that's the first time using them. And if you haven't got them, go get them. They're so good. Okay, so we're through all of the whips. We're through all of that. Let me talk about some stitchy kindness, because with so much time in between, I have neglected to tell you guys about some of the stitchy kindness I've gotten. And that's not right. I should be telling you and thanking these people publicly. So let me see. Let me get them all in a row here. This was a very wonderful Christmas card from Laura Noel. Thank you, Laura. At the time you sent this to me, it really meant a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Bonnie C. I sent her a snowman bag that she ordered because she saw it on a Flosstube, and she reached out to me and ordered a project bag. And she sent me a beautiful thank you. So thank you for the thank you. And I wanted to make sure that I said something about that. Deborah Fields sent me a wonderful holiday card. I know we're in June and I'm finally talking about Christmas cards. Can you believe me? Kara Ponder. She was so sweet. She sent me these really cute floss drops. Aren't they cute? Are they all the same? Yeah, they're so cute. So vintage. I love them. They're so cute. And she sent me this gorgeous fabric that would make a really cute... Oh, of course, it's Kathy Holden's Flea Market by Moda. Oh my gosh. No wonder I love it. I love anything Kathy Holden. But this looks like a flippin' needlepoint. Aren't those cool? I gotta stitch something. I gotta make a bag or something out of this. So cute. Thank you, Kara. Thank you so much. And I know there's another Happy Mail that I don't have over here that I got a bunch of charts. And I'll be sharing those because some of those are going to be future giveaways. So I'll be sure to share those on the next one. So let me keep going. Oh. You know, I was having a hard time. And one of the people who reached out, I ended up having lunch with her, or dinner, I think it was dinner. And it just really meant a lot. And I like to give gifts. So I took a project bag for Teresa and for Donna when we went and had dinner. It was the first time meeting Donna. And I got a thank you from my girl Teresa. Thank you, Teresa. That's Happy Mail. And it had these awesome cinnamon bees. Like, I gotta take it out. I haven't taken it out yet. This is right by my Stitchy chair. And it smells so good. Teresa, did you make these? Where did you get them? They're amazing. And you hook them, I guess. You can hook them on stuff. Oh my God, they smell so good. They're little bees on a wire. But they're, you know, when at Christmas time, when you go into Joann's and they have in the doorway those pine cones that smell like cinnamon, these smell like that, only better. Oh my God. I don't know where you got them, but I need them in my life. Oh, they smell so good. They smell so good. So, Teresa, thank you. I love the little card. Of course, it's one of her cards. Thank you, Teresa. You're a peach. So, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see her again, to be able to sit and just stitch with her and talk and laugh. And she is a sweetheart. She really is. Okay, I'm almost done. I have some haul, but I'm not going to go through all of it because, you know, when's the last time we did it? Let me talk real quick about Cross Stitch Camp. If you guys aren't familiar, Sherry, the Colorado cross stitcher, whoa, go check her out. She does this every year, and this is my bag, and I've participated since she started in the summer of 2021. I've done it every year. Every year she gives out a free pattern for a badge, and this is the only badge that I have done. And I made this project bag. Doesn't this look like camp stuff? This is an old pair of my son's jeans that I made fully lined, in a project bag. This is a bandana. Doesn't that look like camp to you? And I got like my angel charm that's pink and my little Barbie in pink Rick Rack. But anyway, in here I used 28 count Monaco that I dyed very lightly tea-dyed. That's what I'm using for all my badges. And these badges are all free patterns out on her website. And you can go download them. And I'm going to show you really quick because they're free. But go download them if you participated. Here was the winter one of 22. Here was the summer one of 22. This was the winter of 23. And this is the summer, the kit or the stitch for this summer. It's the cutest little pink bird. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. I forget what she calls it. I forget what she called this bird, but it was so cute. So anyway, go follow Sherry the Colorado Cross Stitcher. Go watch one of her, not her most recent, but the one before that. She goes into a lot of detail about cross stitch camp. What you need to do for June, yes, June 1st is already passed, but go get your project. It has to do something with a bird in it. Okay, go get one of the Heart and Hands ones that I've shown. They stitch up really quick. All you do is take a picture of the pattern, your fabric with nothing stitched on it, and your floss. And you follow her directions that she gives very clearly, and she holds up a piece of paper so you know exactly how to do it. And I'll link her Flosstube below. You tag her on the Instagram, the proper tags that you have to use, and her personally. And she'll go through and find everybody who's participating. And then at the end of the month, or whatever time in the month that you finish, you again post your finished project, still tagging, and you get entered into a drawing if you participate, and another drawing for bigger gifts if you finish. And it's just a way to get a project done in the summer. It's fun. It doesn't cost you a thing other than the project that you cost, but you don't have to pay Sherry anything. It's free to participate. And it's a lot of fun, and there's a Facebook group for Camp Cross Stitch, and it's a lot of fun. So go do it. So my project, again, it has to have a bird in it. So my project, where did I do? Oh, here it is. That I'm doing, and this is this stitch was created basically for Brenda and Laura, the cereal starter, because if you haven't watched their videos, go watch them, especially if you like samplers. They do smalls, they stitch other things, but man, Brenda, whoo, she knows her stuff about samplers, and Laura does too. But they're funny to watch. It's a duo, and I think they have ties to Michigan as well. Even though I'm a Michigan State fan, I still love you, Brenda. She's a huge Michigan fan. Anyway, so the one I'm doing, they did this Heart and Hand in honor. It says, designer's note for Brenda and Laura who inspire creativity and connection in our community. That was her little note right here. So they film at Brenda's home, and there's a cuckoo clock. And it seems to always go off at the wonderful time after one of them says something. Usually it's Laura, and the bird starts cuckoo, cuckoo, and it's so funny. So, the cuckoo bird sampler. And I'm stitching this with called for Weeks Dye Work bark, and I'm stitching it on a 40 count doubloon by Pitch of This Plus. So, go get you a project. Just do one of these Heart and Hands. There are so many of these. So many of her little bird series, and they don't take that long. You can get in and participate. One color, really quick stitch. Go participate and have fun, okay? Now, June has to be something with a bird in it. In July, the prompt is something that grows. So you can have plants, you can have flowers, you can have whatever. So I thought tomatoes grow, I might do this one. Chickens grow, I might do this one. It's kind of patriotic and it's in July, so I'm leaning towards this one. I have it all kitted up. I don't think I have all the floss, but I'm going to do this on a 40 count Oaken by Picture This Plus, which I believe is the called for. Model is stitched on a 36 count Oaken, but I'm doing 40 because y'all know my love-hate relationship with 36 count. So that's what I'm doing for July. August is to do something that you've never done before. Whether it be a designer you've never stitched before, fibers that you've never used before, try a 103s. Try a silk if you've never done silk. But the goal, again, is to start and hopefully finish doing something you've never done. A fabric, a designer, or a finishing idea. Maybe you've never done a round finish. So stitch something up and finish it in a round. This I got at market. I have some on my, I do believe there are some out on my Etsy still. And I am going to stitch this, oh, hang on a 40 count flax linen, just plain old flax. I believe it's what's called for. It's Weigert base, 32 count is what she calls for. I'm doing mine on 40. And this is Sweet Wing Studio. As you know, I'm doing another one of her patterns, the Doxology. So here's the pattern. But what I'm doing that I've never done before is I'm using Forbidden Fiber Co. She worked in collaboration with Susan of Sweet Wing Studio to design these beautiful flosses. Aren't those gorgeous? Hang on, let me get you a better picture. Aren't those gorgeous? So that's what I've never done before is use those flosses. And they're so shiny and smooth that they're almost like silks. They're just so pretty. So anyway, I can't wait to use those for the first time in Forbidden Fiber Co. So pick you out something in June. Participate all summer. Again, there's no cost. It's just a lot of fun. And you can win prizes. So hey, I am going to take this to StitchCon and I'm going to try. I'll work on my cuckoo bird. But I also want to do some of the badges. I got to get my badges done because I'm missing 21 summer, 22 winter, 22 summer. Oh, and she did a sampler. I didn't pull that one out. She did a sampler. That started in September and went through the end of December. Sampler camp. She doesn't know if she's going to do that again this year. But there you go. I need to get those done. All right. I'm not going to go show you a bunch of haul. We're at almost 2.5 hours. I know you guys don't like haul, but I'm in floss leagues with Happy Little Stitch Shop. I wanted to get all the fibers. Who am I talking about? Fat Quarter Shop. They're doing Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works, but they're starting at the beginning of the alphabet and going all the way through in alphabetical order. That's a great way to get a whole set. You're in a club. It's not like you got to pay a bunch of money up all at once. It's just spread out. And I joined up, and then the ones that I missed, I got those. Well, for some reason, they have me in the Floss Fix is the Classic Color Works. They had me in it twice. So for this month, I called them, so I only get one going forward. But for this month, with Bing Cherry, Black Coffee, Blackbird, Blacksmith Blue, Blooming Crocus, and Blue Beadboard, I have 2. So guess what? One is going to be a giveaway. So we're stacking up giveaways. I'm also in Gary and Ronnie Garan Stitchery. They have a monthly club, and their monthly club is Cottage Garden Threads. This is from Australia. This was their last month. They were teals. Very cute. They come in this cute little thing. And here's their logo. Gary and Ronnie from Garan Stitchery. So I'm in their club. This one, I love the guys, I love the club, but I might not stay in it because this month I'm going to start designing, right? And so I thought, okay, I'm going to start getting all these flosses, so I have all these flosses, and maybe I can design in Cottage Garden. Well, this month, these are too variegated for me. Way too variegated. They're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. They're beautiful. I love these, but I can't do that. I can't design in something like this unless it's, I don't know, a monochromatic. I don't know. So anyway, I might drop out of that. I'm also in the Fat Quarter Shop's Fine Floss Club. And these are just 2 of the months that I've gotten to start getting up the MPI silks. So I got a couple of these going as well. I have Weeks Dye Works. Blue jeans, blue spruce, blue suede, blue topaz, blue coat blue, and blue coat red. So I'm getting these all in alphabetical order so that eventually I will get, you know, a complete set on the wall and can just start designing and whatever. Also, when I was at Steel City Stitchers, Ymir of Almond M&Ms, I got her skin tone silks. So pretty. And I just bought a few more of her other silks. I don't normally use floss away bags, but for silks, I think I'm going to keep them in this little floss away bag situation so they don't get all fuzzy. So that's what I'm going to do with those. I ordered some fabric and stuff from 123 Stitch. I got for a project, and I don't know what project it is, but I got these 3. And doesn't that just scream Halloween and fall? Doesn't it? Oh, it makes me want to stitch fall. So I pulled out some more Brenda Gervais. So I want to stitch some of these. She's so good. And this isn't fall, but it's more summer. It's the potting shed. I just love Brenda Gervais. Okay. So that's a little bit of haul. I'm not going to go into the rest because, good Lord, we'd be here all night. Some of the stuff I got from Vintage Stitcher Retreat. Real quick, we got a swag bag. I think her mom made these bags. I might take the panel and put it in like and make a project bag out of it. Here is one of the goodies that was in the swag bag. It was a bookmark pattern from Sage Butterfly Designs. And I got the black fabric that was in there. The wonderful little gals, Kim and Jade from Small Town Needleworks, they were a vendor, so they had their patterns. They've started designing, and let me tell you, you can see the progression from when they started to now. They're knocking it out of the park. They really are. And Artie's going to have them as the featured designer. They're going to be teaching a class on finishing these circle finishes that they do. But I bought just a few of their patterns. Daffodils are my favorite, so I bought March. And this is Spring in a Small Town, because they're Small Town Needleworks. I just love the quilt on that. It's so cute. Jade and Artie, the Vintage Stitcher, are doing a stitch along, and they're doing, this is my Christmas movie watching stitch. It's a design that they do. Go check out Small Town Needleworks, check out Artie, the Vintage Stitcher. They talk about it and they show it. And I think they're going to do that in July, maybe? I can't remember when they're going to start it, but go check out them. I'll try to remember to link them below as well. At the retreat, I got 2 prizes. I won 2 of the drawings, and one of them, you can pick get another ticket into the raffle, which is for the big prizes, or you can pick a nonsense gift. Well, I picked exclusive Doreen Jones designs, and I can make a little card. And it's the little kit to make that design. It's got the floss, it's got the card, it's got everything in there to make that. So that was my nonsense gift. I also grabbed another one, and it's 28 count Monaco. I love 28 count Monaco. Now, it's what they call, I don't know if they call it tea-dyed, but it's like a, not white, it's tea-dyed. Yeah, it says right in the back, tea-dyed. I like my tea-dyed better, but hey, I love 28 count Monaco, so I'm glad I won that. That was fun. Now, when we were there, let me just tell you, when we were there, every year, one of the schools, I think this little gal was 8 years old, and some of the people, other people who have attended this retreat have talked about it and showed theirs, other floss tubers. But this little girl and her family, they vacation up in, up by Lake Superior, and they collect rocks. Well, this is some kind of an entrepreneur thing that the girls and boys, the kids, go out into the community and they set up a little business and they sell things. Well, she has collected those rocks and she made arts and crafts type things. Here's her card. I think Artie got permission. Somebody got permission to share this information. So the mom has an email, and they also have, I think it's the mom runs it, but it's the little girl has an Etsy shop that she sells some. So I'm gonna put the card up. One of the other attendees of the retreat, oh come on, attended. It's not focusing on that. It's not focusing. I'm using an older iPad. It's not focusing on it. Anyway, I'll attach the information below, because it's just not, it's blurry. So anyway, here are some of her designs. She collects the rocks, and then she uses sand and epoxy, and it looks like water. It looks like waves. Isn't that cute? Here's another one that's got sand and shells in it, and it looks like a beach. Aren't those cute? She's 8. I think she's 8. I'm pretty sure she's 8. But they're teaching them how to make money and, you know, being little entrepreneurs. So I wanted to share that information as well. One other piece of haul, I got the Primrose Cottage. They also offered the Bicentennial, and this has lots of the Lady Dot type trim, pom-pom trim. So I'm going to use that in some of my finishing. Here's something else I got at that retreat. Renita, she had this quilt kit. Amy Smart, Diary of a Quilter. So I bought the kit because I want to make quilts. I got all the stuff. I bought a cutie long arm. I bought a Juki that has the speed control, whatever. Haven't set it up because my squatters are in the way. So they have to come back here. They're helping me move things around to get that up and get a new table in my sewing room. One other thing, I'm just going through some stuff. I got this Welcome by Stitching with the Housewives, and I got this. It goes on here, and you put flowers, and then This is going to be a series. Again, I don't know how many seasons she'll have. But I got this because it was on sale at Hobby Lobby. What else do I have? Plans. It's 4th of July. Patriotic. Red, white, and June. I'm stitching with Fat Quarter Shop. If you don't know, go follow Kimberly Jolly on Fat Quarter Shop. What I'm stitching here is the floss pack that you can get. I'm doing the Star Spangled ornaments. Cute little ornaments. Stitch up really quick. They're all stitched on a, and this is not me, I don't usually stitch on this, but I'm going to do it. 25 count. 25 count even weave pebble. Vintage cloth by Lori Holt. So that's what that's going to be. And I got the finishing kit. I got the little rounds that you need. And I got the little tins that you need. Whoa. It's a little tart pan. And they all go in there. And maybe hang them up on a tree. Also, some of the other red, white, and June that I'm going to stitch is out of this absolutely amazing Summer Memories book by Susan Aki. Okay, it's got a lot of quilts in it. I also bought fabric and I am making that quilt. I don't care what happens, I'm making that quilt. I love it. But it's also, she has all of these wonderful little, cute little projects that you can stitch up really quick. She also came out with a Aura Floss thread pack. And I don't know what I did with my, if you could see, well, you saw, you saw on my Instagram post. Here is the Aura Floss. It comes in a little box. I already opened it because I started stitching. So I don't know how I'm going to show you this. There we go. There are the colors. And they look really bright. They don't look 4th of July, but trust me, they're going to turn out really cute. So the first one I'm stitching is I started Freedom Flowers. And I just started this today. So I only have just a little itty bitty start. And I'm doing it on a 40 count blush, Zweigart base, 40 count linen called Blush. I'm also using a pewter from Picture This Plus on some of them. Because you see on the book, they're all done on different fabrics. So I'm going to do some on this pewter. I've got some 25 count vintage country mocha Lugana. I might do it on that. I've got some other fabric that I'm going to do it on. Maybe one on a 28 count Monaco. I've got some light blue like Jovelin that I might do some on. I'm going to just do it on a whole bunch of different ones. Here's another pattern from Fat Quarter Shop I might do to make a little pillow. And of course, Red, White, and June would not be complete without a Teresa Kogut going. Last month, her Patreon, we're all patriotic. She has 5 new releases that just hit that I haven't ordered yet. I will order some and get them in my Etsy shop, and I'll let you know. She's so talented. So anyway, there's that. So that's what I'm doing in June. Red, White, and June. Fat Quarter Shop. Follow along. Whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so let me get all this patriotic stuff out of here because we have giveaways to talk about because it's been a minute since I've been here, right? It has been a hot minute. I will clean all that up when we're done. Okay, so if you haven't gotten them yet, you should get some on Monday. I think there's 2 more packages that might be delivered, or 1 more. But I had 4 of these sets to go out. 3 of the people who won got a hold of me, and I sent them out. Remember, a lot of people were having a hard time finding them in their area. But Diane Bowles, this set is yours. But I never heard back from you to get your address, so I don't know where to send it. So, I'll give you till my next Flosstube. If I lost your email, or, you know, if you sent one and it went to spam or it went somewhere, I never got it. So, Diane Bowles, you have the 4th set. Please get a hold of me at stitchywithgrammy@gmail.com. I'll put the information in the drop down below. And hopefully I can get that out to you. Winners. Oh my goodness, you guys. I forgot that my call this year, for this month, for June, for my Whip Go, first is a small or an ornament, which is no problem. All these little smalls I'm doing for the red, white, and June. But the other one was a decision wheel. So I've typed in a whole bunch of my designers that I have listed, that I have projects for. And we're going to spin now to see what my 10 days, what designer. So ready? Plum Street samplers. So I have to do 10 days on a Plum Street sampler. You've seen I have a whole bunch of them. So that's not a problem. And some of them are patriotic too. So I'm good. I could start some. I could stitch on whips. It's Whip Go, so I probably shouldn't start any. I've already got a bunch. I'm not going to start any. So June, Plum Street samplers. Thank you for letting me do that. Okay. We did have giveaways last month, and they changed the okay, the first one was Santa. New York Dreamer sent me, hi Itzia, if you're watching, she sent me patterns to give away, and they're Christmas patterns. The first one, I have 2 that say, Dear Santa, define good. And the winners are Michelle Dielman and Anne Musso. Michelle Dielman and Anne Musso. And if I pronounce these wrong, I am so sorry. But I don't know if it's going to focus. But those are the winners of those patterns. So send me your address at stitchingwithgrammy@gmail.com. Send an email there. Excuse me, I need to get a drink really quick. Send me an email with your address and we'll get these out to you. Okay, the other one, I have 2. Again, New York Dreamer. And it says Santa Stop Here. And the winners of these, one goes to Chris Archer, and the other one goes to Rebecca Dilworth. Congratulations, ladies. Get me your addresses and stitchingwithgrammy@gmail.com, and I will get those out in the mail to you. Okay, we got one more prize to give out. And remember last time I just had the fabric? I hadn't even stitched the bag yet. So I got the bag made. And this is the houses. And then on the inside, it's fully lined with this really cool fabric. They all coordinate. So the winner of this bag is Cindy Flinchball. Cindy Flinchball. And if I pronounce it wrong, I am so sorry. Cindy, congratulations. Stitchingwithgrammy@gmail.com. Get me your address and I will get this in the mail to you. Okay. Giveaways for today. Because I can't leave you guys and, have you guys leave empty-handed, right? So I'm going to take notes while we do this because I added a few things. Let me find my pen that's down here. Oh, I got something else to tell you guys. Cindy Gordon is her name. Her business is Farmhouse Flossies. She is does hand-dyed cotton, flosses, fabric, and more. And she's going to be a vendor at the Great Lakes Stitchers Gathering in Lake Huron, on the shores of Lake Huron. So here's her information. She has a Facebook page. She's also doing a retreat. I don't remember when her retreat is, but she makes the most beautiful cotton flosses. So check her out, Cindy Gordon, and it is Farmhouse Flossies. So if you want to get some, new dyers, check it out. Come check her out, Farmhouse Flossies. Look her up on Facebook. Okay, so giveaways for today. I have some vinyl front project bags, or a vinyl front project bag, and the word we're going to use on this one is spider. And this is spider fabric, and they're sloths. It's so cute, and it's a bat, and it's Halloween. You got lots of time. It's got purple, and there's an angel. I put an angel charm on all of the project bags I make because I want the person that receives this to be blessed. So there's an angel charm. So if you would like to be entered in the drawing for this lovely project bag, say the word spider in your comment below. Please comment. Okay, the next one is a, oops, there's a thread on it, sorry. This is a fabric fully lined bag. It's fully lined. Seams are not exposed at all. It's got the hook on the inside to hook your floss or your scissors on. Again, it has the angel charm. And this is coffee themed. And this one is stitched on the inside. I checked. So, if you would like to win this bag, say coffee. Isn't that cute? Kathy Walker, sign up. Because I know you like coffee bags. There you go. And we'll do the random comment picker from the comments about coffee. Look at that mug. It's so cute. These look like old Pyrex diner dishes. There's a French press. Isn't that cute? All right, so coffee and spider. Let us not forget. We have Teresa Kogut. I'm giving away needle and flax. So let's use the word needle. I'm making notes because I don't want to forget, and it won't be 4 months. I will not wait 4 months to do another video, I promise you. Okay, and then we have floss. This again is the Floss Fix Classic Colorworks Floss Fix with these flosses. So just use the word floss. Okay, spider, coffee, needle, floss. Those are the 4 words. Remember, you must be 18 or have a parent or guardian do it for you. Please do not say freebies, giveaway, whatever. I will never comment on your comment and say, hey, you won. I'll announce it on my next Flosstube. If anybody else says you won, here's how you get it. Don't. No. Ignore, delete, delete, delete. I'm not going to tell you you won in there. So don't say giveaway, win, whatever. These are shares. Remember, we're sharing. I'm sharing these with my friends. You're my friends. So the friend I'm sharing them with. Anyway, I haven't heard many floss tubers talking about that problem, but let's still be safe. I don't want to draw any attention. So those are the giveaways for next time. I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of my Flosstube. Remember, please subscribe. It's almost 3 hours. I know some of you don't like it. If you have to watch me break it up on 4 lunch hours, whatever you have to do, I appreciate you spending some time with me. I've missed you guys. Please comment. Please tell me what your plans are this summer. What are you, any vacation plans? What are you doing? What are you stitching on? Just talk to me in the comments. I love reading them. I've really missed you guys. Again, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to give it a shameless plug as much as I can. And I'm going to hold it up again. Please come stitch with us at the Great Lakes Stitchers Gathering Retreat. It is September 7th if you come in Thursday evening, or it's September 8th, 9th, and 10th. It's the weekend right after Labor Day. If you're a spouse team, if you're husband and wife and you guys camp, there is a state park that's like 5 minutes from the retreat center. Come early and camp, and then you can come and stitch, and your husband can stay in the camper at the campground. If you're going to do that, you're going to have to get your site booked, because they go fast. And you have to book 6 months ahead of time, and this is the weekend after Labor Day. It's still nice up in Michigan. So if you're going to do that, you need to get it booked really fast. So I hope you guys can come. Sign up. If you got any questions, again, let us know. Chrissy and I are both so excited, and we can't wait to see you guys. So please sign up if you haven't. If you're thinking about it, sign up anyway. Come and join us. We're going to have lots of fun. So until next time, thank you so much for being a part of my viewership and for subscribing. If you haven't hit the button, subscribe, like, notification. And remember, don't just talk about being kind, actually do it, okay? Go out and love one another. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.